Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you guys are listening to us. Welcome back to another episode of the Layman's AI Podcast. I am Adam,
I am Brian.
and we want to welcome you guys to episode 19. 19, we are doing AI image generation today. We're going to be discussing some tools, some fun things that you could do. We're going to test out a few things. We're going to set some limits. We're going to give you guys a little bit of some do's and don'ts when it comes to this. But a couple of things we want to get out the way. First off is this is non-paid. We always want to say that. So we are not getting paid to promote any of these. But as always, if you want to pay us in cash or money or any type of thing, Starbucks, whatever you want, please feel free to send it to us. We'd be happy to take it off your hands. We already like all these products, even though Brian actually hasn't used all of them. But you know what? I'm pretty excited to use them and show you guys what we can do. And hoping to get going from there. Now, Brian, do you have much experience with image generation with AI tools?
A little bit. I tried to start an Instagram account a while ago just to see if it would take off. I would create some of the most ridiculous images I could possibly think of. One that comes to mind is Santa's reindeer drinking eggnog and throwing dice in a back alley at the North Pole,
Love that.
which actually came out interesting.
Hmm.
But the one image generation, I use Gemini actually. If you're watching the YouTube video, my Zoom background is actually AI generated. I kind of
Nice.
did a AI circuitry neural network, and it kind of let it do its thing, and I actually liked how it came out. I don't know
I
if
like it.
you can see that.
Yeah, I like it. It
Yeah,
definitely
no, I
has
did.
AI vibe. It's got nice color, and it
Yeah,
looks very high tech or
yeah,
graphic, if you will. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think
Uh,
it's good. I think if I, had some experience with kind of image tools, I'm trying to think graphic design tools was the word I was looking for. I think
mhm.
you could probably do a much better job, but also all of the thumbnails for these episodes, these podcast episodes, and all the banners and everything that you see on any of our channels. Those are all generative AI images, and I try to do my
Nice.
best to match the episodes. So that's the extent of my image generation. I haven't used it for any kind of commercial purposes. I don't really have a job for commercial purposes for it, but yeah, I mean it's a good tool. Like especially with the thumbnails. I don't really have a lot of graphic design software. Like I said, we don't have the resources to pay people to do stuff like this.
Right.
So, using this, it was either gonna be stock images or badly edited images or et cetera, et cetera. So it actually does a good job for what it is. I think if you use it properly in the right context, I think it's a pretty good tool.
Absolutely. And most of the tools we're talking about, they're a lot of fun when you get going with them.
Hmm.
You can really let your imagination fly and see what AI comes up with. Sometimes it comes up with amazing things. Other times it completely strikes out. It happens. It's image generation. You're really kind of throwing it out there and seeing whatever AI interprets that you put in, and
Hmm.
you're using that as your basis. AI is using that as its basis, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. So before we even start showing a little bit of image generating tools and things like that, I want to go over a couple of things you can do if you're doing image generation. It's very similar to LLM. You put in your prompt and then it gives you an answer. Well, in this case, you put in your prompt and it gives you an image of sorts.
Hmm.
So, one of the first pieces of advice is I would give anybody who's using image generation is be clear and specific. Um, the AI follows your words closely. So if you're going to describe subjects, settings, styles, colors, and mood, for example, don't just use the term a dog. Use the word a golden retriever.
Hmm.
It's much more
Yeah, definitely.
specific. Yeah, it's definitely more specific to do that. So when you say I'm doing a golden retriever, it automatically like narrows its focus and can give you what you're looking for much better than a dog.
Hmm.
Perhaps it'll give you, something that you're not looking for, like a mutt of some kind.
Absolutely.
The other thing I would say with image generation is please start simple. Begin with
Mm-hmm.
a very short description and then review and adjust it accordingly depending on what it gives you. Now, when you see us use some of these free tools that we're going to use today, you're kind of limited in the amounts of images you can make in a day or within your credit limit in terms of the tokens. Not really a credit limit, it's more of a token limit.
Hmm.
So I would suggest that if you have free ones, or you may want to consider doing it more than one day, but start simple. Do start simple and then refine it specifically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
um,
Well, I should say all the models are built differently.
They
They
are.
kind of have different
Yeah,
ones and everything. For example, like I was talking about the thumbnails before. I do minimalist for the thumbnails just because I think it's a little more attractive for a thumbnail, and I think it kind of gets the sort of tone of the podcast
it does.
across and everything. I've actually found out that Copilot does a lot better with minimalist images. I've used Copilot and Gemini. I don't have any of the paid free versions, but for minimalism, Copilot just seemed to do a lot better for some reason. I don't know what they have, but Gemini, probably does things differently. Some of the other ones like Midjourney, I know that's one of the most popular ones right
Yes.
now.
Uh,
And then you have Adobe, they probably have their strengths and everything like that. So really, depending on what you want to do, I'd say kind of test a few of them out to see you'll find out what you want to do first, and then kind
mhm.
of test the different ones out to see, okay, this one's model does better with this, and this one that one model does better than the other one. So that's kind of my only real piece of advice if you're looking to give any of these a try or anything.
I would agree 100%. I will share with you one of the tools we're going to look at today. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to look at Midjourney, which is probably the most popular one. It has a video editing
Hmm.
feature, has a, or excuse me, video creation, has image creation. We're not going to be able to view it because Midjourney is not free anymore, and I don't think it's been free for a while now. You have to
Hmm.
have a paid subscription for it. A lot of people live by it; they love it. It is worth it. But I
Hmm.
think you'll find that if you have a paid subscription to one of the major LLMs, such as ChatGPT, Gemini, they also have image generation tools built within them, and they're
Hmm.
pretty good. They're
Yep.
pretty good. And if I was to continue, some advice I would give everybody is when you are making images, be specific as to what you're looking for. So don't be afraid to use style cues. So if you're looking for like a cartoon image, make sure you say, I want a cartoon image, or I want an oil painting, or a cinematic. And then the really big ones that are popular seem to be hyper realistic. So
Hmm.
when you use that, you're looking for like a high definition, realistic image of whatever it is that you're putting in there.
Hmm.
So that's a piece of advice I'll give everybody. And also, um, this one's hit or miss sometimes, but think about composition when you're going through this. If you want it to be a close up, a wide angle, a portrait directly from above, be careful with that because sometimes it focuses too much on that. And for example, sometimes I've put wide angle and it's so wide I can't really get the image. It's smaller than what it should be when it's in the middle. So it's kind of hit or
Hmm.
miss with that, but do consider doing that.
Hmm.
The other thing I would say is mind the details. If you want text, faces, hands to look correct, be precise.
Yeah, the
I
old
will.
six fingers
Uh,
with AI,
uh,
generative AI images were coming
Correct.
out. That's kind of what like came to my mind right there. Is it took so
This
long for them to get five fingers instead of six because it
five fingers
was
instead of six. Do you know what the
it was
other one was
interesting.
with the hands? Do you know what the
I
other one?
forget exactly.
The thumbs. The thumbs were incorrect.
Ah, yes,
The
yes,
thumbs were on the
that's
wrong side of the hands. Yes.
yeah, that was always an interesting one. But yeah, anytime I would mess around with some images, you could always tell, be like, yeah, AI's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But it's coming along pretty quick actually.
It is. And the probably the most important piece of advice I'll give everybody is make sure you're staying ethical with your prompts on this one.
Hmm.
Avoid using prompts that copy real people without their permission, or basically, truth be told, we're going to do that tonight. Actually, I'm going to violate
Hmm.
what I just said right there.
Yeah.
We're going to try to see if it does it or not, and if it does it nicely. But we're not going to put a person in a compromising or harmful position or make harmful content. That's inappropriate. And a lot of these AI devices now, these AI tools have the capability of blocking your prompt or saying we cannot generate that because it violates our rules. And it is funny to me what sometimes violates their rules. I love cartoon images of barnyard animals fencing. I don't know why I
Hmm.
like that so much. I just do. Every now and
Yeah.
then it'll say it can't produce this. It's violent. I'm going, really? It's a cartoon image of barnyard animals fencing or having sword fights or doing Monty Python. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, this is where the guardrails I think they should slow down on how
hmm
good they make everything, and I think they need to focus on the guardrails. Any of
yeah.
these AI companies, I think they need to just kind of take a step back and say, you know what? Let's work on the guardrails right now and prevent like compromising images and everything,
hmm
which I think it goes without saying you can do some pretty harmful imagery with everything. So.
Yeah, we don't want that.
I would really hope that the companies would kind of take a look at that, and be like, you know what, this is probably better. Uh, for everything. Some people might call it censorship. I call it responsible. Being responsible with your product. So
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to argue with you.
yeah.
Well, so that covers the basics of getting started.
Mhm.
We're a couple minutes in, so I guess I'm going to share my screen here, and we are going to explore
Okay.
some. All right. So what I have pulled up here, the first one I want to look at was probably my favorite one to explore from the start. This was one of the heavy hitters at the beginning of AI image generation. It is Leonardo.ai. One thing I love about these guys is they still continue to do free webinars if you're interested in their product. You could join them at any time. I am a big fan of them. I have never paid for it. I have only used, I get about 150 tokens a day, which gets me a couple images here and there. And once I'm done for the day, I'm done. And then I'll come back another time if I need it. But if you have the
Hmm.
paid subscription, you get a lot more options in there. Phenomenal tools. They're constantly updating. But when it comes to the hyper realistic imagery,
Hmm.
it is hard to beat Leonardo AI, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's yeah, speaking of the tokens, this is almost reminding me of the dial-up internet days where you
Hmm.
get like 3 hours a day. And then, when free, don't call me till after 9 with the cell phones because you only get so many images or
Oh my
phone calls
gosh.
during the day. It's
Now,
this is what this kind of reminds me of right now, but this is
yeah.
how everything starts. But
It is.
anyway,
Brian, I
that's
got to ask you a
some nice
question because you
ones.
brought up the topic. Now, this may
Yeah.
be too personal for you, but were you one of the ones who paid the extra $5 a month for free nights a weekend starting at 7?
Oh, I can't even remember. I
Okay.
cannot even remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was cheap. I said absolutely not. Nobody call me or text me till after 9.
Yep, and then 9 o'clock, all the phones blew up. So
Yes, they did. I can't imagine what those cell towers looked like back then at that time.
yeah, but
Um,
anyway, Leonardo's got some nice images here.
if you take a look,
Some nice
all the
fun
high
ones.
definition of these are amazing. I should point out that none of these images are mine that I'm scrolling through. This is the
Hmm.
general public, so I hope I don't come across something that is highly inappropriate, such as that one right there next to
Yeah.
Jesus's image. That was just not right. But,
Yeah, well,
anyways, let's
it's
see
not
what this can do for create, shall we?
yeah, nothing I gotta blur out in editing, but yeah, it's not something you want to do, especially
Hmm.
taking a photo of somebody else. Okay,
All right,
so we're gonna type in a prompt.
we are going to type in a prompt.
You know what? Let's keep a running theme here. The Cleveland Browns holding up their Super Bowl trophy.
Oh, the
Let, let,
magic word.
let's
Can
throw
we
that in the world.
somehow tie in this episode to last week's by using an image from this one for a music video on that song about that poor boy's special wish?
Okay, you know what? I think we can. So, yeah, uh, hoisting a Super Bowl trophy. Yeah, this would be a very fun one here. Generate hyper-realistic image. Okay, so you want an actual realistic one. And it looks like we
Yeah.
have some Wicked below that. Is that some of the ones you made down there?
This is some of the ones I made down there. I was fooling with some
Okay.
Halloween stuff
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of Wicked, a little bit of Oz, a little bit. We were trying to have some fun, and I just couldn't get the prompting right. But I was
Yeah.
laughing. There was no reason I couldn't take those and superimpose somebody else's faces on them,
Yeah,
and
okay.
make fun of them for fantasy football.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Okay,
pretty much
so
that's the best use for this image generation is make fun of people you play fantasy football with or
yes,
family
yes.
members.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
So what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of a prompt going here. I might need some help here, Brian, but I have generated a
Hmm.
hyper realistic image of a Cleveland Brown player hoisting the Super Bowl trophy.
Trophy.
You know what? Yeah, let's say hoisting the Super Bowl trophy um,
Uh,
in a dome stadium with orange and brown. Oh, I have to move this. Orange. I'll change that to orange, brown, and white confetti falling from the ceiling. How's that sound?
EI.
Um,
Misspelled.
It is misspelled, but we
Okay,
that's why we
so
have Grammarly.
yep, let's do it. Generate.
All right, let's generate, and I believe it's going to give you four, Brian. So like the
Oh,
music
okay.
generators, so like the music generator, and by the way, that only cost me 16 tokens. I have 150. I get four images for 16.
Okay, gotcha.
So
So is this like the free plan you said?
yeah, this is
Daily?
free. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's some of the images.
All right.
Take,
So let's check out the first one.
all right. Okay, that appears to be a dome. That
The
appears to be
trophy is inaccurate.
it's a little off.
Yeah, definitely.
This is not what I consider this hyper realistic, not really.
Yeah.
So that's the first image.
Yeah.
There's the second one, a little bit better.
A little better on the trophy.
The trophy's
Uh,
better. The
the fans
confetti
are
looks
good.
better. The uniform looks pretty good. The
Yeah,
fans in the background look pretty good.
it's definitely AI.
Yeah. Here's image three. I'd say
Yeah,
the
the
trophy's even better on this one.
yeah, but it's still got that base. This
It
I
does
know it's
have
a
that funny
Lombardi
base.
trophy, but it's looking to me like the dome. It's like open. They open the hole to rain it in.
Well, maybe we're
Rain
winning
in
it
the
in Atlanta,
confetti.
Brian.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Maybe they just opened the
maybe they're
dome.
opening up the Oculus and the confetti's just going to fall in from the top.
Yeah,
And
something
then
like that.
there's this one, which, oh dear, dear, dear. He has a chin strap on, no
Yes.
helmet.
Yeah. Ooh, and the 20
20. Okay.
oh 03, 20-03.
Well, hey,
Um,
three out of four ain't bad.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can definitely see how it's a
Mhm.
bit of a struggle.
Now,
Bit of a struggle, definitely.
there are some unique options with this that you can do.
Hmm.
You can remix it, you can upscale it, you could create a video out of it where it's really not the focus of today's stuff. And I think you have to have the
Hmm.
paid plan for it. I've never really tried it for free.
Yeah,
So
video is a
you
lot
can,
more computing power anyways.
yep.
Yeah,
So
this his anatomy right there is a little off too.
his anatomy is off, but I don't know
Yeah.
much about this, but we got to look this up. This nano banana is becoming very popular now. That's an option
Yeah, boy.
um,
Nano
within this.
banana.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know. Do I want to do something with that? Might as well.
You can if you want. It's
Oh,
your credits.
all right.
They'll
Let's
reset
see.
tomorrow anyways.
Let's see. Make the background more generic and not as if or not as if it's a home game for
Okay.
the Browns. How about that?
That sounds good. Very
And that's
specific right there.
and that right there is using 40 credits. And it says the generation started. It's working on my request. I don't even know what's going to
Okay.
happen on this. So this really is daring.
Yeah.
Um,
Nano banana, huh?
yeah, I don't know. We might have to do an episode on that. Uh, so,
Yeah, maybe. There's all kinds of ones right
and
there.
this is what it did.
Okay.
Okay, it definitely made the background more generic, like I asked it to.
Yeah, definitely. But we're still getting the rain from the open dome.
Yes,
Um,
now what I've learned by doing this is need to be incredibly specific with what I'm looking for when
hmm
I use the nano banana
hmm
tool on this because now I think that could have fixed all of our problems with this Browns player right here, such as we could have fixed the trophy, we could have fixed his physique, we could have
Yeah.
fixed the anything we wanted to on this, we could
Yeah,
have
and I
fixed it.
th yeah, and I think this is where you can actually upload your own images to for
Oh
Gen
yes.
Gen AI to come off of. I feel like if we started adding like an actual image of the Lombardi Trophy or an actual Browns
Hmm.
player and said, make this Browns player hoist the Lombardi Trophy to this, it could actually make a pretty good improvement, I think.
I I
And just kind of
I think you're right.
make that look a little bit better.
Yep, I do. I think you're right. So I think what I'm going to do. Yeah. Anyways, this is Leonardo.
Hmm.
Leonardo's fantastic. I
Yeah.
recommend it to start because you could do a lot for free. Play
Hmm.
around with it, have fun with it. But
Yeah.
Brian, given what you just said, I think I'd like to dive into our next tool and maybe instead of
Okay.
saying a Cleveland Browns player and hoisting the Super Bowl trophy, I think we should take our own advice and name a
Hmm.
player
Hmm.
and call it the Lombardi Trophy. Let's get
Okay.
specific and see if it does better.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So let's take a Cleveland Browns player.
Yep.
We'll take the most popular one, Miles Garrett,
Miles
I
Garrett.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. See if they will like it.
Yeah, this could be interesting. So I am
We
now
have
moving
to
over to
take
chat.
away player too.
Yeah, I am moving over to ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT's image generators run off of Dolly. I believe they
Hmm.
used to be separate, but then eventually they became the same. Uh,
Hmm.
Full admittance, Dolly was not always the best when it first came out, But when they did the update, all of a sudden, ChatGPT became the one people were going to for image generation and editing and things like that.
Okay.
So it's gotten better over time. So I'm going to take out here, as we said, I'm going to take out the term Super Bowl trophy and name it the Lombardi Trophy.
Okay.
I spelled Lombardi wrong, didn't I?
Yeah,
Oh, I had it right the first time.
you did.
Okay, in a dome stadium with orange, brown, or confetti falling from the ceiling. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's see what it does. Now, unlike Leonardo, we're only going to get one image at a time. On occasion, it'll put up two images just so you could pick which one you like better,
Yeah.
what your preferred response would be. You're also going to find that ChatGPT takes probably the longest time to generate the image. So, uh,
Yeah, it's because it's such a because Leonardo I think is like a specific tool. Like you just do
yeah,
images. You don't do words, you don't do coding, you don't do anything except for generate images. Whereas ChatGPT it has everything
yes.
that an AI can do. LLM, large language model,
Hmm.
is basically what that comes down to. So yeah, I think that's kind of where a lot of these LLMs using them as image generators they sort of kind of take a while just because of that purpose right there, because there's so much within their model that they have to go through.
They do. And there is something I'm going to point out though with ChatGPT as the image is starting to pull up. It does take longer, but
Hmm.
ChatGPT does have something unique about it that I'm hoping to use because ChatGPT has a very specific editing image or editing of the image. So
Hmm.
we could edit something very specific if we want to by using this. And I'm not sure you could do that in the free version of Leonardo. Now, the image is slowly presenting itself, and I'm not going to lie to you, that Lombardi trophy looks spot on. That is Miles
That is
Garrett.
definitely Miles Garrett. That
That
is definitely him.
is wow, in a dome with the confetti. A little bit older school jersey,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the jersey's a little bit off, but still
not
fairly
enough that I'm
accurate.
mad at it.
Yeah, I mean but that Lombardi trophy's spot on. I wonder, I mean, I actually like that one. I wonder if we take that same exact wording prompt and Leonardo could do um something with that
We're going to do
instead
that.
of just
Let's give it another chance.
yeah, let's see if making those specific
Send
prompts right
back.
there make it good right there. And
All
since
right.
Leonardo takes a little quicker, it won't
So we are, for those of you who can't see, we are back in Leonardo. We're taking the more specific image generator and we're putting it in, and it's going to give us four images.
same
Uh,
exact prompt.
uh,
Same exact prompt.
yeah, Miles
Let
Garrett
me just
hosting the Lombardi Trophy. Oh God.
yeah, no, that's
Oh
not
my God. Those are New England Patriot jerseys.
I see a Denver
Uh,
Broncos
oh,
futuristic.
oh my God. The
Yeah,
blasphemy. Uh,
yeah,
uh, uh, oh,
yeah, wow, wow.
uh, okay. All right.
Never
Anyways,
mind.
that um so Leonardo is still a good tool. I just
Taking
uh,
specific people and specific um
man,
yeah,
I'm back at ChatGPT and that image is really good.
yeah, I know. Maybe Miles Garrett can catch a glimpse of this and he could
Like and follow.
yeah, like and follow and talk about it. But yeah, that's yeah, I would say like taking the specific player and the specific trophy that we mentioned, it even does like the fingerprints, like
It
everyone's
does
had
the
their hands on it.
fingerprints. The detail is amazing on that one.
Yeah, because you always see the people walk out with the trophy at first. They have the white gloves on. It's all shiny and new.
Hmm.
Then one player grabs it, one coach grabs it. They all want to touch it. They all want to pass it around. That's what it looks like.
That is what it looks
But
like.
by the time they get home, and
Uh,
yeah, that's. I mean, I will say,
you know what?
ChatGPT did do better with the very specifics that we gave it.
There's something else too I want to say. It added something that we didn't catch till just now.
What's that?
When you win the Super Bowl, you get a Super Bowl hat, and that's what he
Hmm.
has on. It says
Yep.
champions on it. It's almost like it knew. Okay, the player will most likely hoist this at the end of
While
the
wearing
game
the hat.
with a hat on, which is pretty accurate. Uh,
Hmm.
this is impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't feel I need to edit any of this.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
But if you
I
want to, you can. So I just hit edit. And so
mhm.
if I want to describe or add something or remove something, you
Okay,
know,
let's
so
try
you want,
replacing the pads with the Super Bowl champion shirt.
okay. So what I'm doing is I'm typing in, um,
Yeah, basically
you know
typing
what?
in what I just said.
Replace the pads. Okay, we're going to say shoulder pads. We want to be specific.
Okay.
Shoulder pads with a it would be probably be a white Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champions t-shirt.
Yes, that would be good right there.
All right, so we're
Yeah.
doing that, and it again, it's going to take a little bit. I hope it
Yeah.
doesn't take as long, but
Yeah, I will say this is what I use Copilot for, and this is exactly how I go through the thumbnails. I kind of
okay.
give it little things. I'm like, okay, why don't you change this color, change that, add
Hmm.
this, replace that, and it kind of gives you a nice scaffolding. And then it gets to a point where it starts to hallucinate a little bit. So I take the best image I have and I start a new chat,
Yep.
and that's kind of where we're at with LLMs right now.
So I will
Um,
share with you that will happen with this. If we keep going, eventually it either won't look like Miles Garrett or something will change and it doesn't look the same.
yeah, definitely. So
This
this
is our
is.
best chance to get it right.
Mhm.
So, still generating.
Yeah, this is kind of where uh ChatGPT is taking longer, but you know what? If it does a better image, which I think it's worth it, in
Hmm.
the long run,
I
but
do. And it does say creating image may take a moment. So for those of you who can't see, it is slowly revealing itself.
yes, I see a little confetti at the top,
It
little
gives you a
confetti.
blurred version and then it slowly peels it back as it adds details, is what I've been told that it does. And
Mm-hmm.
so far, the top of the trophy is looking correct.
Yep, looking like the same trophy that we had.
It is. We're going to see what it does here. I'm anxious to see if it keeps the pads on him and just replaces it with a white t-shirt or not. Oh, and as always with image generators, whenever you start putting specific words you want in there, check for spelling.
Yes, yes,
Hmm. Okay, so it
definitely.
appears he still has the hat on.
Yep, he's got everything we need. I can see a little white shirt coming through. Up.
Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champions with the Cleveland Browns helmet. Correct
Okay,
on it.
that is
Uh,
correct, and it's still you can definitely tell it's Miles Garrett.
I
A little
am,
bit older, but that's okay.
well, he's
Um,
probably going to be when they win it. So, I mean, if I
yeah,
recall,
yeah,
one of them said, what was it? What are we waiting for? 2028, 2029, according to AI, when
yeah,
we,
yeah, something like that, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very generic, very generic,
I like it.
um, shirt, but it's still.
Yeah,
I think ChatGPT does a good job with very specific ones right here.
I would have to agree.
Yeah,
Did a good job on that. Shall we try Gemini?
why not? Why
Why
not?
not?
We're here.
So I am over here on Gemini, and again, I have the free version of it. So
Okay.
hit and paste. And again, this is the specific one with the hyper realistic image of Miles Garrett hoisting the Lombardi Trophy in a dome stadium with
Hmm.
orange, brown, and white confetti falling from the ceiling.
Yes. So yeah, people listening are gonna like be rolling their eyes, be like, these guys talk about the Cleveland Browns all the time.
Hmm.
Oh well. Uh,
Listen, we just beat the Green Bay Packers. We can talk about them all we want.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Up. Okay.
And
So Gemini went
oh dear.
quickly.
Okay.
That's definitely not Miles Garrett.
That's definitely not Miles Garrett. The trophy looks good and it has the fingerprints on it.
Yes, it does.
I do like the
Uh,
background with the Super Bowl champions on the scoreboard.
yeah, and the players are behind them. One guy's holding two helmets.
Well, he's probably holding
Yeah,
Miles's helmet.
yeah, probably.
I do like the Gatorade towel around the neck.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
And apparently we're sponsored by Nike.
Yes, definitely. Well, it's all the jerseys, I think.
Yeah, but
But it's definitely not Miles.
that's definitely not
It's
Miles.
definitely not him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have to say that ChatGPT kind of came out ahead on this one. And this is kind of where using different models comes into play here. Like
Yes.
you got to find out like whatever you're trying to do, find out which model works for what you want to do.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would say ChatGPT came out ahead in this one.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not him, but the rest of the team looks good. They got one guy that doesn't have the same color socks on, which is
Is a penalty. Yeah.
yes, that is a uniform infraction, I would say.
Furthermore, you got a person with all white versus a person with brown and white. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Oh
definitely.
well, we're
Yeah,
being
those are
nitpicky.
socks. Yes, definitely. But either way, I think it looks okay right here.
Mhm.
Any other questions we want to ask Gemini before we give Hydra a try, or do
You know
we
what I
want
want
to?
to do? I want to do a more standard one, if we will.
Okay, yeah.
I usually, when I test image generators, I do something that's very specific, and it's similar to what we just did. But I like the prompt so much because it lets me know if the image generator was able to compute all the things I asked it to do. And I usually do
Hmm.
ask for a hyper realistic image. I usually use the term Kelly Clarkson. I usually use the term elegant purple dress at an outdoor Christmas concert in Rockefeller Plaza. And it's interesting because I ask it to put in several things, and sometimes it nails it, sometimes it does not nail it.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
it's
let me see how it does on this one.
okay.
So I'm going to type in hyper realistic image of Kelly Clarkson in an elegant, I'm just going to purple dress. I mean, it could be whatever color I want it to be. Dress singing at an outdoor Christmas concert at Rockefeller. Whoops. Plaza.
Hmm.
I know the capitalizing isn't right, but we're for the sake of time, we're just moving forward.
Yes.
So let's see what Gemini does on this one. I will say we
Okay.
should note that Gemini did a very good job of doing it quickly.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
very quickly.
So it generated an image that might be Kelly Clarkson. I'm not entirely sure, but it does have an elegant purple dress. It
Yeah,
does appear as if it's an outdoor Christmas concert, and it does appear
that's
to be in Rockefeller Plaza.
I can definitely say that I believe that's Rockefeller Plaza.
Yep, definitely at Christmas
Definitely.
time. Got the tree in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And yeah, I think that's a good one. That
it's
is a
not
very
bad.
good one. No,
Looks
very
more
good
like
one.
Adele, though.
Adele, yeah, I mean,
Weight loss, Adele.
yeah, definitely looks a little more like Adele, but that's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Should we compare it to ChatGPT?
Sure, why not?
Let's do a
Let's go
quick one
for
here.
it.
I got
Let's
plenty of
go for
tokens.
that. Yeah,
I'm anxious to see if it gets mixed up and like somehow puts like the confetti in the background or something because I'm using the same thread, which I really shouldn't have done. I really should have
yeah.
opened up a completely different thread for both of these
Hmm.
um, to not
But
confuse it, but we're pretty
yeah,
early in the process.
yeah, but if people are watching the YouTube, they'll get a firsthand look of what we're talking about with hallucinations,
Ah, good point.
for long chats and everything. So
Yeah.
if it does kind of hallucinate a little bit and throws in that orange confetti with the Lombardi Trophy as the microphone, then that would prove what we've been saying all along about long chats and hallucinations. So
Yeah.
might work
And
out in our favor, but yeah, I mean, if you're listening, th this is definitely a YouTube video one, but we're trying to explain it the best we can, essentially.
mhm.
Kind of doing like the play-by-play announcing and everything. So,
Yeah, and I want to say while ChatGPT is taking forever to make this image, I'm actually pretty happy because there was once a time where Gemini would not have allowed us to use anybody's likeness.
hmm.
It wasn't even doing people at one time, and now it seems to be back to doing it, and it did a pretty good job at it. I mean, the Miles Garrett thing wasn't exactly Miles Garrett, but
Yeah, definitely
it
was not him.
definitely was not him. Definitely not him. I
Hmm.
yeah, that's I feel like it's going to be hard to beat ChatGPT tonight in that one.
Yes,
Oh, and
definitely.
while this is generated, we should point out that we're just not testing Grok for the sake of time. Um,
Uh-huh.
Grok has probably the least amount of restrictions and rules to it.
Hmm.
So chances are it would have looked like Miles Garrett if we would have done Grok, but I don't know how well it would have stacked up to that ChatGPT one.
Yeah, I mean, we can only test so many in one episode here, so
Hmm. So
that's
the image is starting to reveal itself. We do appear to see a
slowly but
Christmas tree in the
surely.
background, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I feel like that's New York City back there.
I get the impression that's New York City.
Okay. Like
It's
a white
slowly
woman with
showing
blonde
her
hair.
face, and that is definitely Kelly Clarkson
Yeah. There's
singing.
no mistaking
Yep.
Kelly Clarkson right there.
Oh, it nailed it. I mean, elegant purple dress. You know what? Not as much Rockefeller-ish, but I don't know, the tree kind of get and the tree and the
Uh,
thing give me the
I kind of see like a different angle
yeah.
of Rockefeller Center. Not like this straight on view,
Hmm.
like that you've seen before, but kind of like she's walking over to the other side of the crowd and sort of it
Yeah.
pans in a different angle. But
Maybe it's pan at a
I,
different angle.
yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, you got the paparazzi down in the lower left corner there. Um,
Oh, nice touch.
yes, definitely a nice
Yeah.
touch. But I would say this is Rockefeller Center. You could definitely
Yeah.
pass this as the Rockefeller Center Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
You can.
But yeah, it seems like ChatGPT is doing pretty good with like taking actual people.
I would say so.
Which that's good, but is it also kind of a bad thing?
It certainly can be if I was to use
Hmm.
this for political gain, although I don't think this particular
Malicious
prompt, yeah, I don't know
malicious
how this
purposes,
prompt would
yeah.
be malicious, but
Yeah, it's just her singing a Christmas song.
which is highly likely to happen if it hasn't happened already. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. But yeah, I mean, I will say like it's like with everything, you got your good and you got your bad. So
Hmm.
this would be
Yep,
something that you could definitely see where you can do some good stuff, but definitely do some bad stuff too.
absolutely.
I think throwing Miles Garrett hoisting the Lombardi Trophy into the universe is a very good positive right there. So
Yes, yes,
very good
absolutely.
positive.
So, what I want to move on to next is we got three generators left, two of which
Hmm.
are a little different than what we've been working with. But I wanted to show this one that I played with around this
Hmm.
summertime. I think it's called Hedra, Hedra.com. This one does small videos, it does images, it does a lot of things. So I'm not sure which prompt we want to use on this one. I guess should we keep this Kelly Clarkson thing going for the sake of time?
Sure, why not?
All
We're
right. Well,
just kind of doing that.
yep. And we won't be able to do that with the next two. So this will be the last time we're doing this. So it's processing right now. Um, this is going to be interesting to me because this has many different features that you can use for the image generation. So it's got this Flux Pro, it's got different models that you can use. So it requires a lot of playing around, but I will say this one rivals Leonardo in terms of the realism that it can create.
Hmm.
And as I say that, it just epically failed at
That is definitely not Kelly Clarkson.
that is, I don't know who she
And
is. I know what restaurant she should be working at, but that's
uh
about it. Um,
yeah,
that
yeah, no, that
that's
did not work at all.
okay. All right. Well, anyways, don't judge it by just this one prompt. I mean, we should
Hmm.
have done a lot more specific stuff. If I was to write a very detailed out version of this, it would have done a good job. I've used this tool. I like this tool. I like this tool as much as I like Leonardo. I go
Hmm.
to these more than I usually do ChatGPT, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, just
Uh,
curious, does this have a video generator?
It does.
It
It
does. It
definitely
does have
does.
a video
It
generator.
does
Okay.
have a video generator. It does take a long time to
Yeah.
generate. So tonight's
Okay.
not the night to mess around
Yeah,
with it.
definitely not.
So the next tool I want to look at, this is fun if you have kids.
Hmm.
This would be a good, I have a child or a grandchild, and I want to introduce them to something that's fun. This one is Luma Labs, and I think it's called
Hmm.
Genie, Genie. And
Hmm.
this basically makes small 3D images of whatever you want. So something vague, or it gives you examples like a bear dressed as Elvis Presley, and it'll give you a 3D image of a bear dressed as Elvis Presley.
Okay.
So
Bear dressed as a superhero. Somebody likes bears.
but bear dressed as which superhero? Should we do Superman?
Sure, why not? I would think of another one off the top of my head, but it'll give us
Well,
too much dead air time, so.
yeah. They just filmed it in Cleveland. Oh, by the way, it's going to give us four, I think. Sometimes it gives you
Okay.
three.
Uh,
So if you take a look, it's just coming up with these 3D images. They're not high definition or anything like that. You pick the one, obviously well, the two on the right are better than the two on the left.
yeah,
So Brian, let me show you something here. If I click this one up here to the right,
hmm.
there is a way to make it high resolution.
Okay.
So now it's going to create me a high resolution detail of this little model here. Now, is this really high tech and interesting? Not really, but there is something cool you can do with this. You can
Okay.
download it in whatever the proper file format is to get a 3D printed rendering of it.
Yeah, okay.
We've used
So,
this at the place I work and it does work.
Okay, so you could take this directly to your 3D printer and
Correct.
make
You
yourself a little
down
thing.
whatever the file is. Obviously, I needed the IT guy with me,
Hmm.
but when we looked at it, it can be downloaded in the file that it is. Funny thing, we were seriously considering doing one of a father mowing the lawn with grass stained white sneakers, and
Hmm.
we did a high resolution one, and it was kind of funny. It looked like a pudgy, middle class male with a collared shirt on, mowing the lawn, and when the color details, it was clearly grass stained white New Balance looking sneakers.
Okay.
So
Yes, the white New Balance sneakers with denim jean shorts 2 inches above the knee.
it's the
Um,
required uniform, Brian.
yeah, blue polo tucked in with a black belt
Hmm.
and aviator sunglasses. Did
So
I
yes,
miss anything? Did I
you
miss
don't forget the
anything?
G-Shock wristwatch.
A G-Shock wristwatch. Okay. I missed one thing. Okay, but yeah, that's the standard dad lawnmower man uniform.
It really is. So, this is taking a little while to make it high resolution, but
Hmm.
I do know some teachers who've done use this tool. Elementary school teachers in particular, like for example, if you're trying to get the kids to remember something comprehension from a book that you've read, I'm going to give you a pathetic example. But let's say you're reading Curious George, and you say name one of the characters in there, and you could do the man in the yellow hat, and then it makes
Hmm.
like a 3D image for them of the man in the little yellow hat, and they're excited because even though it's not tactile, you can't touch it. You did just create something that's from the story, and you get to compare it to what your imagination is. So it's not a bad tool for some fun creativity along the way and things like that. Um,
Definitely.
so what we're going to do while this is still generating, we're going to skip over to another extremely creepy tool that I don't know why it
Hmm.
exists. It's literally called "This person does not exist." And when
Okay.
you go to the website, these are thousands upon thousands of AI generated images of faces of people who do not exist.
Okay.
So I just hit
Just some.
refresh. This person does not exist. And this person does not exist. And for those of you that
So
are only listening to this, the problem here is these look like they're real photos
yeah, so we're basically just refreshing, and it just makes a random person.
each time.
Okay. Well, you know what? This is not like I have no idea what you'd use this for.
I can only think of one thing, and it's not good. It's to make fake social media profiles.
Yeah, you know what?
Uh,
I would imagine this is what a lot of those
yeah,
social media bots have done.
yeah,
You know what? This is probably where they're getting it from because these do look
yeah.
like those generic profile pictures.
And I'm trying to find identical, like I'm trying to find something that like screams AI. I'm struggling.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
Uh,
these look
uh,
like actual photos of people. They could be people.
it did a
I'm
good
not
job
seeing,
of doing the light, like as if the light came from.
yeah. I mean, I'm not
Anyways,
seeing any anatomical issues.
nope.
Like everything looks like all the faces, the
Yeah.
nose, lips, eyes,
Occasion,
nothing looks out of whack.
occasionally on the older men, it has like coffee stained teeth.
Okay.
This girl right here, she's still got gaps in her teeth because she's a young kid.
Yeah, just the
Uh,
teeth are growing in.
yeah, strange.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing
Yeah, I don't like it, but I wanted
no.
people to know it's out there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this should be legal.
I don't even know.
I
I mean, I can't. I don't know why it'd be illegal, but like, because just because you and I instantly thought a negative, which I got to
yeah.
admit, that's where I thought was negative.
Well,
So
I mean, I can't think of a positive of this to be honest with
I'm
you.
struggling. I'm struggling at the moment.
I mean, I cannot think of anything that would be a positive from this tool.
I mean, I can only think of the only way to use this stuff would be for fake and deceptive reasons. Even if you're taking these images, putting them on a website saying, oh, this customer said this about my product, it makes it look realer than what it actually was.
Yeah, like those training videos that they do at work and everything, where you put where they have like images of like a customer, and then they have the voice in the background, and just kind
Yep.
of give you those scenarios or what have you. But yeah, I can't really think of a reason for this to exist, to be honest with you. This
Scary
is
stuff. Doesn't
yeah,
need to be
definitely.
exist.
No.
So, for those of you who can't see, I've been keep going back and forth, and I don't know why, but this high tech resolution thing is just not happening right now. So maybe when it does happen, I'll download it and we can put it on one of our social media pages or share it online or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. But Yeah, so any other tools that we can use? I mean, I think we kind of went over all the tools. Let's get out of the hyper realistic. Let's go to Hedra real quick. I just want to try Hedra. We're on video right now. Yeah.
Hmm. Back to
So
image.
let's just do something completely wacky. A psychedelic deer pushing a grocery cart next to a river of bourbon.
Grocery cart next to a river of bourbon.
I have no idea where this
Do you,
came from.
do you want this to be a cartoon image, or should we just see what it comes up with?
I say
Or
we just see what it comes up with. You misspelled cart.
did I?
Yeah, Cart you put in there.
Oh,
That's
man,
okay.
Grammarly did not catch that, Brian. Good job.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's why I need the human touch. So yeah, I mean, this is just kind of I have no idea where this came from off the top of my head. I
Okay.
will admit I tried a Instagram account just making up ridiculous images every day. I didn't get many followers, but it was still a fun little project I put together. I thought I was going to be the next big thing on social media. But yeah, so did everybody.
Right.
But
And
anyway, yeah, like I said, this is just some like wacky images, and this is fun.
whoa,
That's yeah,
not a
I'm
deer.
wow,
Okay.
that's not a deer, that's not a river of bourbon.
So you remember at the beginning of this episode where we talked about how some are better for others?
Yes.
This one's best at people with hyper
Okay.
realistic images because it wants to take it and move it into movie stuff.
Okay. Maybe Leonardo would be a good one for
Maybe
this one.
Leonardo would be a good one.
Yeah,
Let
because
me,
this is definitely not yeah, that's definitely not what I was imagining right there.
me either. That's not a deer. That's a creepy looking thing.
Yeah, that's just some random creepiness.
All right, let's see what we got here. Hope I have enough tokens. I think I do.
It looks like you have enough for one more, maybe. I don't know, I can't see your tokens, but let's just do it.
I got enough.
Okay. It's
It's given us
generating.
4 images. We'll see what it does. I'm anxious to see if this does a cartoon, if it does something hyper realistic by nature.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what it'll do. Okay.
Oh, okay. It went with the reindeer,
Okay. A little cartoony,
uh,
a little psychedelic-ish.
colored antlers,
Okay.
colored
Pushing a cart of bourbon
cart of
instead of a
bourbon.
river of bourbon. Yeah, it looks like they just got a
Okay.
regular river with a cart with bourbon bottles.
So this says grocery. I think it's supposed to say grocery. The antlers
Yeah.
on that one are freaking me out a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, nice little rainbow antlers it gave one of the deer.
Should we try
But
Gemini and
yeah.
ChatGPT?
Yeah, we can
Let's just
try
do it. All right.
this one.
New thread or same thread?
Let's try the same thread.
The same thread. You know what? It's psychedelic. Let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah. Maybe it'll have Kelly Clarkson with the deer.
What if the deer is
That would be
pushing
an
her on the
interesting
cart?
one. That's certainly a unique request. Okay.
Whoa. Okay. The artwork is psychedelic on this one.
Yes. And okay, that's a river of bourbon right there.
Definitely. It's even got, for those of you who can't see it, we know it's bourbon because it has
Ice.
large pieces of ice in it
Yep.
floating.
That's a river on the rocks.
Yes, that is
That's
a
a
river
river on
on the
the.
rocks.
Okay, so Gemini did a pretty decent one.
I kind of like it.
I like it. I
It's
do like
it's
it.
it's weird. It's got a nice vibe to it. It's like
Hmm.
psychedelic. All right, let's
Yep.
see what ChatGPT does with the same prompt.
Okay. I
We'll see
noticed
how.
that one went a little quicker.
What's
I
that?
wonder, like with Gemini, I feel like that went a little quicker. I'm wondering if like not doing real people kind of helps out the speed
I,
of it because
I
like
think you're right.
the generation in the background, if you name a specific person, it's got to search that specific person and then kind of like
Yep.
render it,
Well,
essentially probably based on photos. But as now ChatGPT is turning me into a liar.
I think it's actually turning into the truth because you notice it got to the blurry version a lot faster than it did the others, but
Hmm.
it'll do a slow
Yeah.
reveal because of the adding of the details.
Yes, yes, definitely. But yeah, I mean this right here, like this is just something fun you can do.
Hmm.
Just kind of like ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. But you know, another thing with these image generators, you can actually take your own image and have AI sort of tweak with it a little bit. and what have you. And a
Hmm.
lot of these will take like your image and it'll turn it into a video or whatnot. Um, but yeah, that could be a good useful tool if you want to take any of your artwork and liven it up a little bit, which is kind of like one step you probably could take if you're going to use this in a legit reasons here.
Right. So
And
it's starting to reveal the image, and it does appear to be cartoonish,
yeah, very cartoonish.
and also a lot of colors apparently already. And we've only got about 1/6 of it revealed.
Oh yeah.
The deer, at first glance, appears to be it's going to be psychedelic and colorful. I don't
Yep, that's a nice little psychedelic there.
know. I would. I don't even know what to say. Oh,
Yeah. Empty grocery cart. He's bipedal. Has human hands. And I'm saying it's a he because it has antlers. It's a buck.
uh,
Um,
you just brought up a good point. So a mistake that did happen is I had a friend who coached in North Carolina, and I created a hype image for a football game coming up,
hmm
and they were the Greyhounds, and they were playing against a team called the Tornadoes, and I
hmm
had a Greyhound like stiff arming a tornado image and said make a realistic image of this and or a hyped up image, and Brian, you could tell that the Greyhound was male.
Okay. Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We'll leave it at that.
we're gonna leave it
Um,
at that. But I'm just saying it, you could
yeah,
tell. And like in
definitely.
this case, I'm glad you pointed out it's because of the antlers and not because of anything else.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, bipedal with human hands. That's psychedelic for sure.
Hmm.
You can translate that as bourbon. That river right there, I
I
would
mean, it's
say.
a or it's the maybe it's a lighter version of the Chocolate River and Willy Wonka.
Yeah, which is also a river you probably don't want to touch.
Right.
I heard that really wasn't a very good chocolate either that they were consuming. Like from people who confessionals from the movie stars. Anyway, but yeah, that seems like some fun things. Has Luma generated anything yet?
I don't know. I've kind of
Let's
given up
just
on
double
it.
check.
No.
Yeah, no.
When it says hang tight, it means give us the rest of your night, which is disappointing because I don't recall it being that slow. So
Yeah, so that's yeah, definitely something, but I'd say Gemini. I like the one that Gemini made
I think Gemini did better
for
on
this
this one. Yeah.
psychedelic deer.
Uh,
This one's a little too psychedelic for me.
Yeah. And
Um,
I think we just proved tonight that you got to play with these all and do different things with each and every single one because some are better at things than others are. We were using very specific people tonight, and when we loosened
mhm,
it up at the end, all of a sudden Gemini did better than ChatGPT.
yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I think that was some fun things. Kind of some interesting image generation. But
Hmm.
anything else we want to do, or we want to kind of give our final thoughts here? I'm kind of, I think we kind of show what we can do with some
Ah,
of these
we
here.
scratched the surface. I
Yeah.
mean, we're coming up on an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk hours for this whole thing, but yeah, I mean, kind of like conclusions here. I'd like to say, some of these image generators can almost be a little too real for me. Like they can almost be a little too real. Like this person does not exist. This app should not exist, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Because people can definitely use these for nefarious reasons here. I think, and that's something that we kind of need to be careful of right here.
I agree. That's what I wanted to show it because it's like, here's a reminder that despite the fun stuff that we're doing tonight, this can be
hmm
used in a negative way. We don't want to contribute to that, but we also need to raise awareness that it's possible to be out there. So you do have a right to question when you see stuff online. You have a right to say, okay, is this AI image generated, or how do I know this person's real?
hmm
Don't get catfished or anything like that. Just use a healthy amount of skepticism sometimes. It's okay to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the thing is, though, what I've noticed is that a lot of these AI generated images, you could just tell they're AI generated, in a
Hmm.
lot of cases. Not because of the anatomical incorrectness, but you could just kind of see it like, kind of like if you squint hard enough, you'd be like, yeah, that's not real or anything like that. But one thing I would stress is the need for more like GPT-0 type tools, where you can use it to like I definitely identify an AI image because you were looking at that one where it was just generating random people.
Hmm.
The human eye can't identify that that's not a real person,
Right.
which is the scary part, and it's getting to that location there. Whereas where it's just you can't tell that it's not a real image. And that's kind of where I think some of these GPT-0 type tools, where the machine can identify that they are, um, in fact, an AI generated image.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But this to me is still fun.
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of fun things we could do with these. I think I don't want to like end it all on doom and gloom, but it definitely has its place right now. It's not gonna. I don't think it replaces everything, but it definitely has a lot of good features to it.
This is one of the ones where I feel like the creativity can be better for the good as opposed to the bad.
Hmm.
I really do. I think this is more, you can have fun with it. You can certainly use it inappropriately, but this is something you can have a lot of fun with and you can get creative with. You can create your own artwork. We didn't even go into that. You can say, like, generate me an image and make it in the style of this artist. You can really have a lot of fun with this and make it joyful for you.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like I said, if you're using it, nothing too serious. This is a lot of fun right here. You can use it for like kind of like your own brand at your own company. Like if you have a, small little company or what have you, and you can't like really afford, anybody knows when you're starting a company, like those initial costs have to be as low as you can possibly get them.
Hmm.
Because you're like starting off in debt basically when you start a company. But if you're like doing any kind of like image generation instead of like you can't like really afford to hire an artist, but this can really, I think, put you in a good spot starting off or for a new business and what have you.
You can. Definitely can.
Yeah, definitely.
Before you close us out tonight, a little
Hmm.
bit of a reminder to everybody. Our next episode is episode number 20, which ends in a
Hmm.
zero. And Brian and I have decided that whenever we have an episode that ends in zero, we are going to upload all of our information from our previous episodes and ask AI what should our next episode be.
Yes, definitely. I'm pretty excited about this one because we got a lot more and as we go on, I'm gonna have to scaffold this a lot more and
Yeah.
actually use those LLMs to sort of kind of get their juices going and everything. So yeah, this should be an exciting one. But either way, we're gonna wrap it up tonight. I'd like to thank everyone who's taken the time to listen to us this evening. Um, and we hope you enjoyed kind of our delving into the image generation. My name is Brian,
And I'm Adam.
and you are listening to the Layman's AI, and we will see you next time.